It's a learning experience for us to understand why certain SaaS clients are so successful, how quickly they can onboard their patients, their enrollment numbers, things like that. And then on the full service, implementing some of those things and vice versa.
So what I'm hearing you say is there's different time frames for how long it takes someone. And it's probably the most important thing to get the onboarding right. It's not most important to get it done fast. It's important to get it done right. But what does implementation look like for some of these more complex organizations? What approach do you take with them?
Yeah, so with complex health systems, I've seen it go both ways. So there are health systems that will say, I already know my providers, I know my practice managers, I know how our practice runs, and we're just going to have to pilot this at one location. Only because if we pilot it at all locations at once, it's just not going to go. And they're very keen on understanding that upfront when implementing anything new to the practice. But then we have other practices that say, I've already done my part. I've already gotten the providers on board. I've already addressed this with my staff. We are ready to go. What can we do to start enrolling all our patients at all sites with all providers at once? And so it works. It works differently. We've done it both ways. And I don't want to say one way is right over the other, but it just depends on how well they understand their staff and their buy-in. But I will say one thing that we do with complex health systems, especially when we have a large list of eligible patients. We've gotten, I think, 10 to 20,000 patients at once. We'll kind of break it down in batches. We'll do what we call an awareness campaign where we send out sort of a blast email to the first batch of patients, call them. Once we've exhausted that, then we move forward. So that has worked really well. And practices aren't getting 20,000 patients coming in at once, but rather in batches of about 1,000.